My dear brothers, in friendship, love, and truth, the Bible consistently underscores the vital importance of obedience to God's commands as the foundation of a faithful and righteous life. From the very beginning, God's relationship with humankind is rooted in his divine authority and our response to his guidance. Throughout biblical history, stories of obedience and disobedience serve to illustrate the profound impact that human choices have on their spiritual journey and relationship with God. Disobedience is not merely a matter of breaking rules. It signifies a breach in the relationship with the Creator, often leading to serious consequences. These biblical narratives serves as timeless lessons, warning believers that ignoring God's words can result in loss, suffering, and divine judgment, while obedience paves the way for blessings, protection, and spiritual growth. The recurring theme of disobedience has consequences reminds us of the importance of adhering to God's will and the enduring truth that our choices carry eternal significance. There are several lessons and examples related to leaders who avoid or disobey orders, highlighting the importance of obedience, faithfulness, and accountability. The example of Moses. Moses initially hesitated and sometimes disobeyed or questioned God's instructions that he ultimately obeyed. The concept that disobedience has consequences is a curing theme, emphasizing the importance of obeying God's commands. So here are some notable examples and lessons. Number 1, King Saul in 1 Samuel chapter 15. Saul disobeyed God's explicit command to destroy the Amalekites and their possessions. As a result, God rejected him as king of Israel. This teaches that disobedience to God's instructions can lead to loss of divine favor and authority. Number 2, Adam and Eve in Genesis chapter 3. Their disobedience in eating from the forbidden tree led to the fall of mankind, bringing sin and death into the world. This illustrates that disobedience can have far-reaching and adverse consequences. Number 3, Nadab and Abihu in Leviticus chapter 10. They offered an authorized fire before the Lord, which was a direct violation of God's commands. They were consumed by fire, showing that even leaders or priests face consequences for disobedience. Number 4, the Israelites. The Israelites in the wilderness in Numbers chapter 14. They disobeyed God's promise to enter the promised land due to fear and rebellion. Consequently, they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years illustrating how disobedience can delay blessings and lead to hardship. So remember these lessons. Disobedience separates us from God's favor and can bring judgment. And obedience opens the way for God's blessing and protection. So disobedience in present time that can be related to the biblical theme. Number one, ignoring traffic law. Many people choose to ignore traffic signals or speed limits, risking their safety and that of others. This disobedience can lead to accidents, injuries, or fatalities, illustrating real-world consequences of neglecting rules for safety. Number two, neglecting environmental responsibilities. Some individuals or corporations disregard environmental regulations or nature conservation efforts, leading to pollution, climate change, and natural disasters. This disobedience to environmental guidelines has long-term repercussions for life on Earth. Number three, workplace dishonesty. Employees who commit fraud, steal, or lie at work undermine trust, can cause financial loss, job termination, or even legal action. Such disobedience affects not only the individual, but also the organization and community. Number four, breaking laws by cybercrime. Engaging in illegal activities online, such as hacking, identity theft, or spreading malicious content, demonstrates disobedience to legal and moral standards, often resulting in criminal charges and loss of trust. And the last is ignoring personal promises or commitments, whether in relationships or commitments to community service. Disregarding promise can harm. In today's world, acts of disobedience, whether intentional or accidental, can lead to far-reaching negative consequences that affect individuals, communities, and even the environment. The biblical lessons about obedience remind us that our choices have profound implications, reinforcing the timeless truth that ignoring divine or moral guidance often results in hardship and loss. As we navigate modern life, we are called to reflect on our actions, recognizing that obedience rooted in love, respect, and responsibility can lead to positive outcomes and spiritual growth. Ultimately, embracing obedience not only aligns us with the principles of righteousness, but also safeguard us from the destructive consequences and constructive consequences of disobedience, guiding us toward a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Thank you, and God bless.